Hello everyone, welcome once again to our Books Before Babies TV show. This is yet another exciting day as we go live to our Books Before Babies TV show. And today we have a very interesting topic we are going to discuss. And before that, I want to remind you this is an educative, informative, and fun platform where we amplify voices of young people as they talk about issues that affect them health-wise and their general well-being, and also the issues that affect them in different environments like home, school, workplaces. And also in this show, we also want to empower young girls and young women with correct information to build their self-esteem and confidence so that they can enhance their demand for sexual and reproductive health services. And like the name of the show goes, Books Before Babies, we also want to ensure these young girls stay in school. I'm your host, Shabella, as usual, and today we have a very interesting topic, which is safe sex. And before we go deep into the discussion, with me here are amazing young people, and allow me go to them and get to know them, then we can go deep into the conversation. Hello. Yeah, seated here with me are very interesting young people. And before we go deep into our discussion, allow me to let them introduce themselves so that we can get to know them and then we shall have our conversation.
Hi everyone, my name is Kemigisha Sauda, a peer educator and a student at Robaga Mixed High School.
Hi everyone, by the names of BooksB4Bbaies, a peer mentor, even a female football coach.
Hello everyone, my name is Wandrasi Blake Williams. I'm a peer educator and I'm a technician.
Oh, thank you for coming on our show. And today we have a very interesting topic, which is safe sex among young people. And I can see you are young people. And I want to know, what do you understand when someone says safe sex as you? What do you understand?
I think safer sex is a sexual activity in which young people take precautions to prevent sexually transmitted diseases and unwanted pregnancies. In short terms, safer sex is having sex with lower risks of acquiring sexually transmitted diseases.
Okay, to me, I think safer sex is protection. Is how, in this I mean, it's how we protect ourselves from getting HIV or acquiring HIV, from getting unwanted pregnancies, and even STDs.
To me, safe sex, I understand it in a way that it's sex that you have while protecting yourself from acquiring STDs or unwanted pregnancy. That's how I understand it.
Well, thank you for those beautiful answers. And as you can see, they all have an idea of what safe sex is. And as like they said, safe sex is protected sex, prevent you from having unwanted pregnancies or acquiring STIs. And to go deep into the discussion, I want to know, what are some of the unsafe sex practices that young people today do? Okay, Shifa.
I think having sex with someone whom you don't know the HIV status, even not choosing a condom, whether it's female or a male condom.
To me, I would say practicing oral sex is unsafe in that it requires no protection and it's easier to contract an STD or an STI.
To me, engaging in sexual activities with multiple patterns is unsafe.
Well, thank you for those beautiful answers. And to add more on what they said, starting sex at a very young age, you don't know what you're doing. So that's also very unsafe. And to go more into the discussion, why do you think young people practice unsafe sex?
I think, basing on the area I come from a slum area. Young people engage in unsafe sex practices because they need money. money for survival. And this is a case mostly in young people that engage in transactional sex. They need money because these clients tend to offer more money for unprotected sex. And this money is, it's inevitable, you know. You cannot resist, especially when you need money, you need basic needs. These young people are from the slum area, they have babies, they are teenage mothers, and they cannot resist the money. Then, loss of esteem. Young people from the slum areas, I emphasize slum areas because where I come from, young people from the slum areas tend to have loss of esteem, and they don't have the ability to say no to unprotected sex, because they think, okay, these people they engage in sex with, they're older than them. All they think, when they say no, to sex, their partners will get annoyed. They have low self-esteem to resist unprotected sex.
To me, I think it's all about peer pressure. In this, I mean, if, let me say I'm with her, then I would tell her about, like, I'm going to have sex with my boyfriend, but she told me that we're going to use a condom. Then she'll be like, so sweet mukavera tawoma, you know those sayings, eh? And even drug abuse. When I talk of that, I think some people do that because they took some substance, so they are not aware of what is going to be happening. Yeah, that is it.
To me, I would say ignorance, because most young people don't get the time or the opportunity to get such information, that if you engage in unsafe sex, you can contract not only HIV or unwanted pregnancy, but there are other STIs. We have gonorrhea, syphilis, and it's all contracted through having unsafe sex. That's what I say. Ignorance is I would say it's the main cause of practicing unsafe sex.
I also want to add on some point, like, people are doing that because they have misconception. Some men, they say, if I use a condom, or I don't know whether it's peer pressure or misconception, but they say if I use a condom, then it weakens my power.
Just to add on, there is also an influence of sexual harassment, that young people who went through sexual harassment tend to have the mentality that, after all, I already have HIV. Who knows if I may die tomorrow? So engaging in unsafe sex, it's just...
Wow, those are very interesting answers. And to talk about what Shifa said, misconceptions and myths, they are very common, by the way. If you go down there, many people, they will tell you, me, I don't use condoms, they will burst, they will stay inside. Most people even don't know, like, at a very old age, some people have never used condoms. They don't know even how they look like. And the ignorance part, most people are not aware of contraceptives, protection. So young people need to learn, they need to be informed about some issues so that they can avoid them. And to go more, what do you think are the health risks of unsafe sex practices?
First of all, the major health risk of practicing unsafe sex is acquiring HIV and acquiring STDs, gonorrhea, candida, syphilis. Then, young people at a high risk of getting mental health disorders. You know, like, when you realize that you have acquired HIV, in most cases, young people will get depressed, they will get stressed, they will develop mental health disorders. Yeah.
Yeah, in addition to that, I think even they will get unwanted pregnancies.
Yeah, to talk about the pregnancies, I would say these young people, the health risk they will get is early pregnancy, and the effect of such pregnancies. A young person may die or may have a miscarriage. That's the health risk I think that comes from unsafe sex.
Thank you for those interesting answers. And for the viewers, you're still watching the Books Before Babies TV show, and I'm still your host, Shabella. To continue with the discussion, what are some of the ways young people can practice safe sex?
Uh, I think young people should develop a habit of going for medical checkups, because in this we are not looking at an individual, but we are looking at a community as a whole. Because when you acquire HIV and you don't go for a medical checkup, chances are high that you're going to transmit this virus. And then young people should always use condoms whenever they want to have sex, because one, a condom can help you to not to acquire STDs and then unwanted pregnancy. Yeah, because young people, in reality, young people, we are sexually active. Yeah, then there's a situation where young people are going to engage in random sex, not because you love this partner, right? But then it was a random sex. You know, in slum areas, there are always parties. They want to feel high. So in the process, you randomly have sex. So they should develop a habit of always using condoms, because in slum areas, sex is everywhere, anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, I think they should avoid peer pressure, and also they should also use a condom. Yeah.
I would suggest that such topics of prevention of unwanted pregnancy or controlling the unsafe sex should be carried out in some schools. Like you get time, you get a place, you put in those students and you talk about unwanted sex. No, to you talk about unsafe sex, ways of preventing it. That would work for the young people. And to add on that, I would suggest that yeah, these young people should develop a habit of consulting doctors, consulting psychologists in case they want to, in case they have low esteem or they want to find ways of talking to their partners but they can't. They consult the health workers or the psychologists. They talk about it and they develop plans or they get ways uh of controlling that habit.
Well, as you've heard from these young people, and by the way, we are coming to the end of our show. But before we close this show, I want to hear some advices from these young people, their fellow young people, regarding our topic, safe sex.
Thank you. Well, as we have earlier discussed, some of the safe sex practices young people can engage into, uh, I would advise young people to always visit medical centers, because some government hospitals have youth corners, right? So these youth corners have youth programs like HIV counseling and testing, STDs treatment, information on contraceptives and condom use. Then young people should always use condoms, because we all know most of the young people are sexually active, and yes, if they are not, they have to acquire the information, because soon or sooner they will need to use the condom. They have to know how to use the condoms.
As she has just said, some of young people are sexually active. So I would like to encourage them to, if you have STDs and you find out that I'm sick, suffering from this, you have to go for treatment. Yeah, counseling, and also I would like to add on what she has just said, like to visit some health centers. Yeah.
Well, my advice to the young people is, I would suggest that young people get time to visit hospitals to go for checkups, not only after sex or not only in the time they want sex. Get each time you're free, you go. And those hospitals, the government hospitals, have youth corners. You can go for consultation. There are consultants there are psychologists that can help you in case you need anything. And the advice that I have for the young people is, if you're at school, try to abstain. But if you're out of school, I wouldn't suggest abstaining, because it isn't. Even if I say it, young people won't do it. It's better you use condoms, or in case you are visiting your partner, don't think that they are carrying the condom. Carry it yourself, just in case he doesn't have or she doesn't have. You wear it. Yeah, that's my suggestion.
To add on a little, I would advise young people, most especially girls, learn to say no to unsafe sex, because at the end, it carries consequences, and these consequences you will have to bear them yourself. Like the unwanted pregnancies, you will have to carry the pregnancy for 9 months. So learn to say no to unsafe sex and develop self-esteem, because the future is female.
Wow, wow, wow. Very brilliant young people with interesting answers and amazing ideas. And by the way, we've come to the end of our show, Books Before Babies TV show. And before we go, I have an advice for the young people out there. Love yourself, protect yourself, because at the end of the day, we have only ourselves. And I'm your host, Shabella. Have a nice day. Bye.